few years, and then I was leading the 380 FAL in Toulouse before joining the program here in Mirabel. So this shows you basically our industrial setup as it is today. A few months ago it was only a few PowerPoints, but now we really have 2 final assembly lines, and I'll go into more details later on, in Mirabel and in Mobile in the US, close to our Airbus A320 final assembly line. And our supply chain is really worldwide, with many parts coming from China, the fuselage, from Italy on the stabilizers, from UK and Belfast in particular for the wings and the mid-fuselage, with the recent announcement of Spirit taking over the site of Bombardier Aerostructure over there, still in a signing phase. In Spain, we do our center of box with Air Nova in the telecom. Germany, the landing gears with Liebherr on this platform. And in the US and North America, we have most of our systems, basically, and the cabin, coming from California, Safran, and Tijuana in Mexico.
Center wing box in Spain and in the UK, why is it split? Or is it for the same airplane?
So it used to be a double source, but now what we are doing at the moment is to have a single source in Air Nova.
Where?
In Air Nova in Spain,
okay.
With some transfer of work to China going forward.
Oh, okay.
Which was the initial contractual frame. When our supplier in China will be capable of doing this complex composite work package. So with all this change, the challenge of the program now, as Rob was explaining, we have a very good commercial momentum, so now we need to deliver and ramp up, which is always a challenge in any program we've been through in Airbus. And so what we've done is really to review industrially and in terms of ramp-up readiness, what we need to do overall to secure the ramp-up going forward. The figures of ramp-up, you know them. So 2016, 7 deliveries, 17 deliveries. Last year we did 33 deliveries, and this year the target is 45 plus.
Around 45.
Around 45.
For 2019.
For 2019. 2020, still a bit of still ramping up.
A bit of a question.
We don't disclose the figures,
No.
but another step of ramp up again.
Oh, you don't want to tell, you
No,
don't want to
we don't.
reveal the target for 2020?
No.
Daily traffic?
No, we don't give that this year. At the beginning of each year, we give it.
You follow the process.
And how is Mobile coming along?
Mobile is coming mid of 2020. Come back to it.
Okay.
We'll see it later, there's a slide.
So this is the final assembly line that you'll visit this morning, which is capable of up to rate 10. So rate 5 per line. We have 2 lines of assembly and a common line for cabin furnishing, flight line and delivery. So this is the current setup.
Are the 100s and 300s on separate lines?
No, you can do both very easily. So there is no, the scope of work difference is not that big, so you can switch from one to the other without any issue on the lines.
Good.
Which is good versatility also of the system. So overall, that was a big part of our work over the past 18 months to optimize and make sure that we have substantial improvements on this final assembly line to stick to the ramp up. And overall, over the past 18 months, it's close to a 40% improvement that we have seen on the main industrial KPIs, meaning non-quality, cycle time, hours of production, etc. So in 18 months, 40% improvements. That's what has been done, but that's also what is necessary to go further in terms of ramp up in Mirabel. So I won't detail that much this the setup, as you will see it later on in real life, which is even better with your guys. Nevertheless, in order to prepare the ramp up, what we have seen with all our industrial experts from Airbus, that were my friends over there. So we went and we worked along the line in order to optimize it. And one big element that we have worked out since the beginning is the feeder part, which is before the first assembly station, where you actually assemble the fuselage. Before, we have stations where we need to complete the work from our suppliers, configure the aircraft, and then send them to the first junctioning station. So this has been quite a challenge in order to optimize this and to make sure that we won't perturb the rest of the file with the non-quality or issues coming from the feeders and from the supply chain. So it acts like a buffer or quality gate between our supply chain and the final assembly line, enabling the work to complete all the work before going to the file.
So last January when we were here, we had a bit of a discussion about what kind of technology or processes are being shared between Mirabel and Hamburg and Toulouse.
Mm-hmm.
And now that we're 10 months later, is there anything more that you've taken advantage of that they're doing over there, like line 4 in Hamburg, or that you're doing that they're quite interested in that they're moving over there?
I think what Airbus is interested in is that our concept is quite simple. In Airbus, sometimes it's a bit complex. So it's inspiring them on the way we could simplify some elements. Then the basics of producing the aircraft are basically quite similar between Airbus, even the fourth line, the airport box to the junction. We have the same on the first station on the fuselage. So we don't have that much difference. The main difference, I would say, is the philosophy of assembly, meaning that in the final assembly lines, you shouldn't perform the job that could be done upstream, and that's a key element. So deloading the final assembly line from anything which is equipping and finishing all the sections of the aircraft to concentrate the file on the cabin furnishing, the testing of the aircraft through the connections, and then fly. So this is the main philosophy that we have in Airbus, by the way. And here it was a bit more difficult because we have some equipping in the different station of the final assembly lines, which is a weakness because you can discover late some issues that could have been discovered earlier. And then you perturb your file and you extend your cycle time for production. So philosophically, that's why we have invested a lot on the feeder that will become the pre-file at some point. I'll show you some picture later on. And one of the biggest challenges also for the feeders is that we need to feed both Mirabel and Mobile. So since the beginning of the year, the first sections were in April. We are preparing the sections and completing them before shipping them to Mobile from Mirabel. So our supply chain is feeding Mirabel, we complete everything, and then we go to Mobile. So the rate at the moment of the feeders, it's higher than the rest of the file because we need to feed both Mirabel and Mobile final assembly lines.
And I do have one other question, looking at the stations, whether a slightly longer fuselage might fit into them.
In those ones, I'm not sure.
Next question.
But if I look at what we want to do and what we are planning to do, when we were in January, I already highlighted the fact that we wanted to build this pre-file, which is basically a better industrialization of the feeder stations that we have at the moment. And we are taking the opportunity of the end of production of the CRG in Mirabel to go into one of their buildings, which is this one over there. You can see it on the top left of the picture, which is the current assembly line of the CRG, to implement our pre-file. So our pre-file will have two lines, one on the rear part, junctioning on the rear and equipment on the rear fuselage, one on the mid fuselage, which is done in the feeders at the moment. So you can see some nice picture of moving lines there, tactile, so the sections will go according to the arrow that you can see. And the real point of this pre-file is to prepare perfect station before going to the final assembly. Meaning that all equipments will be installed in the sections and the floors will be closed.
Okay.
So that everything will be done. And what you need to do later on in the file process is only to connect, to test, to proceed with the cabin, and to fly, and obviously to deliver to the aircraft.
When will this facility be complete?
So the facility, so today the end of production of the CRG is end of 2020, as announced by Bombardier. Then we need to prepare all the space and environment. That's quite a piece of work. So we target Q3, Q4 2021 for the pre-file to be ready, up and running, and feeding both Mirabel and Mobile.
I guess. Well, the deal with between Bombardier and Mitsubishi is not over yet. So you're assuming that this deal will go on and that Mitsubishi will not need these spaces, or you have a deal, you talk with Mitsubishi, they already let you know that they're not gonna take the space?
So our side, we discussed with Bombardier,
Okay,
and the space belongs to us, by the way. It's only rented to the CRG.
yeah, I know, but.
And we are working very closely with Bombardier and the teams of CRG here. That works very well, by the way,
And you
to
said the
prepare
end-
this transition. So
Okay,
You're hoping by end of 2020 to be?
Yeah, H2, sometime H2, right?
So-
2021.
Here,
2021, H2
Sorry.
2021,
2021.
for the pre-file to be up and running.
Quarter 2, 2021.
Yeah.
H2 2021.
End of CRG production, end of 2020,
Second.
and then we need like 6 to 12 months to prepare the pre-file so that it's up and running at the moment.
Laurent, question. Embraer has been very successful painting before assembly. Is that something that you guys would consider?
Painting before?
Painting first, painting the parts, and then assembling the parts, pre-painted.
Ah. Bon, that's also a physical industrial question, I would say. We have looked into it in Airbus on different programs. At the end of the day, our idea is that the paint quality is much better when you do it once, meaning for the fuselage at least. The wings in Airbus are painted before, as well as the BTP. Here in Mirabel, we paint everything at the same time. But painting one shot is always a better quality in our work. Especially not to have some nuances, issues between the fuselage part, etc. So this pre-file is an important one, and as it needs to support both Mirabel and Mobile, that's a plant that needs to go up to rate 40. As you can see on the chart, if you extend a bit the fuselage,
So-
it should fit into the building.
So maximum is 14.
10
Maximum
Mirabel,
is
4
40.
Mobile,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So that's the maximum that you can do here.
Maybe,
No.
well, between Mirabel and Mobile, and then 14 for the
Maximum
pre-file.
installed capacity.
Yeah.
And then to extend this concept with pre-file to Mobile or not?
No, the plan today is to deliver from Mirabel all the sections going to Mobile.
so if there would be a ramp or an increase of production in mobile, then you would have to increase production at the pre-file.
Yeah. So we need to speed up the lines or wait. But then we can optimize the lines to have a better output. This is kind of versatile way of working, because if you need to increase the output, you just need to increase the number of positions.
Okay.
As you can see, there could be some freedom to do so, which is the real interest of going to a very well-studied setup and to have the opportunity of the CRGXC to do it in Iraq. So that's one big part of the investments which are giving us a lot of challenges. The second one was more on the pre-flight. So you have seen the domes that we have built. We have 2 of them at the moment. And this afternoon will be in a new hangar, which we call Hangar C, in which the delivery will take place, which is a new facility also to make sure that we'll have enough pre-flight positions and delivery positions at the end of the process to be on time to the customers. Next slide is about the US file. So the US file a few months ago was like nothing. It was the only paper. Now if you look at the site, there you can see the A320 final assembly line. I think the picture is like a few weeks ago,
Yeah.
old. This is our A220 final assembly line. All the building is, the outside of the building is done. And we've also added 2 of those buildings, one of them more existing, to do our pre-flight activities and the start of the file, as we are starting in this environment for the first aircraft. And then we have the delivery phase here that will be extended to cope with the additional 8 of the 220 in Mobile. So this is going very fast. There you can see our first aircraft that will be delivered mid of next year. So we have basically completed the...
That's going to Delta?
It's going to an American customer, yes. Which is one of our biggest ones, so it's going to data. So we have completed the structure, it's going on its wheels, and we are now completing the third station of assembly. And we are on time to for Q3 next year for the first delivery. So that's a pretty good start, I would say. We are now four aircraft in production at the different stages of production.
And you're on schedule.
And we are on schedule, yes. So we started on schedule. We have a small hiccup with the foam incident that André was mentioning to me on one aircraft. But the rest of the aircraft are progressing properly. And we are on schedule to deliver as planned with our first customers.
Florent, the 200 employees, those are specifically on the A220 program?
Yes.
Okay. And how many A320 family airplanes are being built? And are they 320s and 321s?
So A320 is running currently at rate 6 in Mobile.
26 per year?
6.
Oh,
6 per month.
6 per month.
6 per month, so it's between 60 and 70 per year.
Okay. And those are just 320s or 21s as well?
Most of them are 321s actually.
But there are some 20s?
Yeah.
But no 19s?
They can do both, no 19.
That's all
I don't
Europe,
think so.
yeah.
And the 220s employees are coming, some of them are coming from the 329, but most of them were hired for the purpose of the 220.
Okay.
And there's been a lot of training actually, and you can see in the final assembly line guys with a US FAL t-shirt, because those guys are trained at the moment in Mirabel to go to Mobile afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have like 40 to 50 expats from Mirabel, which will spend some time in Mobile for the start of the final assembly line, and to train the guys on site and work actually on the aircraft to develop our processes over there.
Do they want to come back, or they like the warmer weather?
Depends when you ask them.
Airbus builds snowbirds now?
Oh, that's a good
The
one.
summertime in Mobile is very wet. I prefer the one in Montreal. All right, so maybe to wrap up everything we said, as you've seen, a lot of momentum on the sales, and that's really the most important one. And also the fact that we have really new orders coming from previous customers, which is a sign of a testimony of trust on the platform, from Delta, from Air Baltic, from JetBlue, from all those big names, which are ordering and reordering the 220. So that's a very important point. Production ramp-up,
I was going to ask him a question about Avianor.
Yeah.
They did some completion this year, and what's the target to keep them, as a subcontractor for aircraft completion? Do you have you plan to stop giving them some completion, let's say 21, 22, 23, and how many aircraft per year?
So we are not yet in those elements, but overall our manufacturing plan is installing the cabin in this building over there without any need for further completion outside. So all our goal is to stabilize enough the production to be able to install the cabin in Mirabel, and Mobile, by the way. So would we need Avianor going forward? I don't know. But our manufacturing plan is to be autonomous.
Okay.
But it's an important partner anyway on the site, and if we so we are discussing closely with them on our needs. And they know basically that the final goal of the final assembly line is to be intact, not out of sync. Okay. So production ramp-up is on good track. Basically, we hit our objective last year. Our target for this year is very well on track, close to be done. So I'm quite optimistic that we reach the 45 deliveries. 100 aircraft milestone is an important one for the program. So that's what we will be celebrating today with Air Baltic.
Can I make a small clarification? Just that, so this is the 100th, it's really Florent's milestone. What we're celebrating is the 100th customer A220 produced, okay? And that's going to Air Baltic. Just between us friends, it's not the 100th delivery, okay?
It's 99th delivery, isn't it?
we, yes,
I didn't want to say anything.
I mean, the end of November deliveries for Airbus, as you know, that'll be published
Yeah.
on our website in the first days of December, but I just want to make that totally clear because it could be confusing.
Mhm.
This is the 100th production aircraft, the 100th we've produced, not including the flight test aircraft. Okay, that's the one. It's like rank 100, if you like, or something. The 100th production aircraft going to our Baltic. All right, is that okay? That makes sense.
But
Sorry.
all in all, what's important is the
Excuse me.
dynamic, whatever the number is, dynamic on sales,
That's
dynamic
it.
on the ramp-up,
Yeah.
dynamic in mobile,
Yeah.
dynamic on the evolution of the site industrially, dynamic of our supply chain as well, which has improved quite substantially, dynamic in service with Rome, with a better dispatch reliability. So that's what is making our days, and that's so great to be part of this program at the moment.
So again,